Cruise news time. Celebrity Cruise Lines is hiking another one of their fees. Norwegian Cruise Line making a splash in Puerto Rico. And I think I know how to stop Pier Runners. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face for July the 4th, 2023. That's right, it is Independence Day. America, America. Happy birthday, America. Happy birthday to you. It's also my sister Michelle's birthday. Happy birthday, Michelle. And it's Doug Parker's birthday from Cruise Radio. I saw that on his show today. Happy birthday, Doug. And happy birthday to anybody else who's having a birthday on July the 4th. I hope you have a great Independence Day with fun and frivolity and celebration, and don't blow off any of your fingers with fireworks. That's a real thing. There's been fingers blown off of fireworks. And so I'd like to see you here tomorrow with all of your digits. But we have to process some cruise news. I have to give you my really $1 million idea when it comes to stopping Pier Runners. And I have a new game that I want to play with you. Since I dabble in the intrigue, in the headlines that aren't obvious what they mean, because I want you to get into the video and find out what they mean. I was doing some research this morning and I found a headline that, well, it was intriguing and I didn't know exactly what it meant. So let me throw it up on the screen here for you, and you can speculate with me what this headline means. I will tell you what the story was at the end of the show, but first let's see if we can discern what this headline means. Virgin Voyages offers an adult thing the Royal Caribbean and Carnival ban. Now, I was on the fence whether or not to play this game with you, but as I looked closer, I noticed that the ad that was playing on this website, The Street, featured our man Ludacris. So that seemed like a sign from above, a ludicrisal seal. A ludicrisal seal? I don't know. But yeah, so it's Ludacris approved, maybe, I don't know. What do you think this headline means? We will talk about it at the end of the show. But let's talk about Celebrity raising one of its fees. And of course, it's the fee that cruise lines love to raise because it's got a good story that goes along with it. We want to get the crew members some more money, so we're going to hike up that gratuity cost. Starting on July the 11th, the new daily service charge for Celebrity cruises is this: $18 per person per day for inside, ocean view, and veranda staterooms. This is up from $17.50. $18.50 per person per day for concierge class and the aqua class staterooms. That's up from $18. And then if you're staying in the retreat, they hit you hard. They're going from $21 per day to $23 per day. Certainly these numbers aren't significant. 50 cents a day is not going to break the bank, but it's kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts when it comes to the nickel and diming. I long for the day when the cruise industry in North America revamps this whole assigned gratuities tipping scenario so that there can be an equitable way to pay people and it not be weird for the consumer to always have to supplement or figure out if you're paying the right amount of money. Kudos to Virgin, who doesn't charge gratuities, and I hope all lines go to that eventually. I would rather pay a little more for my cruise and know that everybody's taken care of and not have to worry about it on the cruise. But hey, to each their own. But if you're a celebrity cruiser, it's going to cost you some more coin. Fortunately, if you've already prepaid your gratuities will not be going up. But anybody who has not, that's starting to cruise just in a week or so, you're going to have to pay a little extra coinage. It's the American way. America, America. They had our fireworks show here on Saturday, but I did not go to it. Tuesday's a weird day for 4th of July. I mean, I think the 4th of July happens on the 4th every year, but the days of the week change. Cruise news story number 2, and I don't know if you know this, Norwegian Cruise Line is fast and furiously building its cruise ships in its Prima class. Of course, the Prima was the first, and the second one will be the NCL Viva, coming out later in the summer, and it will be home ported in Puerto Rico. That's right. I didn't know if you knew it was going to be ported in Puerto Rico. And because it is being ported in Puerto Rico, well, they're making some Puerto Rican connections. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to serve lobster mofongo in the main dining room, but if they did, that would be spectacular. One of the best meals I've ever had. Man, I am off on a tangent today. One of the best meals I've ever had was in Puerto Rico, lobster mofongo in a little local restaurant. But the cruise news story is they've tapped the singer of the very popular song, Despacito. I don't know the words after that one, but every time they say Despacito, I sing right along. Despacito. The singer of Despacito is Luis Fonsi. He is a native of Puerto Rico. He is big in the Miami music scene. Miami, the headquarters for Norwegian Cruise Line. A perfect fit, really. And well, what did Luis get tapped to do? He got tapped to be the godfather of the NCL Viva. It's interesting. There's going to be a signature drink on the Viva called the El Padrino. And that's also what they're calling Luis Fonsi. Do you know what that means? It means godfather. Not like Godfather, not like da na 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 na. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. You come here on the day that my daughter is to be married, and you ask me to do your assigned gratuities. You ask me for money. Not that kind of Godfather. Puerto Rico, one of my favorite cruise port stops. And exciting news for NCL fans, exciting news for Puerto Rico. Do you love the Puerto Rico? Leave a comment below. Now, how do we solve the pier running problem? The only reason I'm really concerned with the pier running problem is last night when I couldn't sleep at midnight, I jumped on the TikTok and I got caught in a rabbit hole spiral of pier running videos, including this one.
Run!
Hey, I don't know. He might be running. Oh, I said that I get it. He said,
Run!
And what was so intriguing about this video is the Pier Runners seemingly did not want to run. That is always one of those scenarios that you're looking for. Are the Pier Runners making a big effort to run after they're late for the cruise ship, or are they just sauntering? Are they just nonchalantly returning to the cruise ship? And, well, should they be forced to run? That's one question. I don't guess you should force anybody to run, but it got my brain a-spinning. It made me put my problem-solving hat on. I have a literal hat. I keep it by my bed, just right under my mini CPAP machine. So I took out my problem-solving hat, placed it upon my head, and almost immediately I had a great idea. We've seen this year to combat bad behavior, cruise lines, one in particular, have been using the fine and the fee as a deterrent. So if you smoke in your cruise cabin, you get charged $500. If you are disruptive, you get charged $500, like $500 for everything. How about this? What if you're a pier runner, you get hit with a fee and a fine? Like there's a pier runner police right there. If you run the pier, it's going to cost you $500, or it's going to cost you $1,000, or it's going to cost you $5,000. I guess that's what we got to solve as a community. What number would be a big enough deterrent to make sure that you never run the pier? Like if you're going to charge me $20 for running the pier, you know, I was going to be a little late, maybe I would risk it. But if you're going to charge me $5,000 if I did not get back to the pier, to the ship, then I would definitely be on time. Do you think money is the solution to pier running? Do you think a big fine would be the way to do it? I think maybe they should make a fund, the Pier Runner Fund, and if, you know, as it hits $1,000, we all get free drinks. I think we might encourage pier runners at that point. I think it's a great solution. Fees and fines for the pier runners. Are you with me? What do you think? Leave a comment below. Now, I want to get to this tricky and intriguing headline. What does Royal Caribbean and Carnival Cruise Line ban that Virgin Voyages does not? But before we get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. Do you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising? I hope so. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these videos. It doesn't cost you anything. And well, it's Independence Day. America, what's your favorite America song? Oh, say, can you see? Or do you like, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I... Which is your favorite patriotic America song? And the second question is, will you eat a hot dog today? All right, have you guessed it? The headline is referring to Virgin Voyages policy when it comes to topless sunbathing. Topless sunbathing banned on Royal Caribbean, banned on Carnival Cruise Line, but there is a spot on Virgin Voyages cruise ships where you can go and be topless. And this topless policy is for it's a crazy time for people who have what would be considered boobs, I guess. Yeah, so you can show your exposure boobs on Virgin if you have boobs, but if you are a person that has a chest that doesn't have boobs, you can take your shirt off most any place. I don't know. It becomes very confusing in today's context. I guess a good rule of thumb is if you wear a swimsuit that normally covers up your torso, you can not wear the torso part on Virgin Voyages, where on the other cruise lines you have to wear the torso part. But if you're someone who usually wears a swimsuit that doesn't have a torso part, then you're fine everywhere. It's a double standard, really. It's a double standard based on, social norms. And I think I'm glad I'm not a sociologist or an anthropologist right now. All right. Let me get out of here and go enjoy the 4th of July. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is Tony for Lido Loca. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.